Tlantalak, Soweto Parliament. This is the first day of the year, isn't it? Based on the colonizers' calendar, if you like, led by African leaders in Africa. Right, in this video, I'm going to be addressing the South African government through the office of the President, Cyril Ramaphosa, and I'm going to be addressing Sowetans. That Ramaphosa, there's a shift in consciousness, a deliberate, a clear, undeniable, simple shift in consciousness across Soweto that is vibrating in every Sowetan. We are not going to go to the streets and make a noise and jump around like you are used to, because this shift in consciousness presents a new wave of leaders, a new wave of thinkers, and a new wave of administrators, and a new wave of people in Soweto. The substance, the quality of people in Soweto, especially mentally, is evolving, and the evolution is here to confront the systems that you lead, that they Cyril Ramaphosa. We are in times of COVID. Yes, we are in the times of COVID. I saw you pretending to cry, pretending to be emotional. You've probably worked with the rest of your republic, but in Soweto, we're not falling for those tricks. The reason why I'm saying that Cyril is that we must talk about your stats for COVID-19. They are not realistic. They are not realistic simply because this whole thing is not real. I'm not saying the virus itself is not real, but this whole thing is not real. You are telling me that houses in Western Cape, those big houses with big yards where people observe protocol and always in masks and whatever else, their stats are shooting sky high as compared to Alexandra, the township of Alexandra, where the proximity between two people does not exist because the space doesn't allow. So Soweto is a new environment that you're going to have to learn to deal with as politicians. 2021 is the year where we are not led, we are not controlled, we are not managed by politics. We manage politics, we control politics, we lead politics, and more Soweto, we now control politics. No political divide at all. And I know that the people of Soweto are used to Nakili EFF, Nakili ANC. We have none of those things now. None of those things. We're going to put together a Bill of Needs. Soweto Parliament will present a Bill of Needs to all political parties registered on the IEC, starting with the local elections this year, 2021. And the most accepting political party, the most accepting political party that will adopt our Bill of Needs and sign that when we put them into power, more Soweto, I'm not speaking about the Republic, more Soweto, they will adhere to those Bill of Needs, will have a legal document that binds them and binds Soweto as a partnership, because the current situation in politics is such that there's no binding document. That's why politicians, your office, your systems of politics, you do as you please, because there's no real accountability we can present to any court of law or any traditional system of accountability. The X on a ballot sheet is not good enough, and you know it, and that's the primary reason why we've got this corruption led by your people. Now that Ramaphosa, most Soweto things are different, and you know exactly what I mean. Like that things are now different. But if we batla rwantaneng, ha re lwantshaneng that Ramaphosa, ha o tla le madi, ha madi a tsholowe, maybe setlhabelo seo tla ba setlhabelo sa hore batho ba rona ba tswele pele, so that we can achieve the necessary freedom that we actually deserve. The freedom that our grandparents fought and died for, the freedom that our parents fought, jailed, and died for. Because the current reality does not reflect what our parents and great grandparents and ancestors died for. No, especially under the leadership of Africans who are still maintaining colonization systematically through the calendar that we are now operating under, or still operating under, through systems, economic systems that continue to suppress our people. But I'm not going to give you this type of education because you already have it. It's not by mistake, it's by intention, and you are part of it. So that Bill of Needs will come to your office too, because you are a leader of a political party, so that you know how to deal with Soweto moving forward in the future. Sowetans, nako e fihlile, not my time. Nako ya rona e fihlile. Our time has come to rise above the waters of politics so that we do not drown in the political divides. EFF, this, ANC, this, Mashaba, this, DA, this, those things don't exist in Soweto. It is a very hard thing to accept and swallow. You will see the clowns that are die-hard ANC or die-hard EFF wanting to speak and saying hi, because otherwise without those things you don't have any other activity, because the system is such that you are trapped molcationing and your only activity is to jump around in different colors and saying you're going west and some are going east to achieve things. The only method of achieving anything is unity. 2021 is the year that we unify and make use of the sacrifices that people have died for to get us to this point. We need to continue and make sure that the future of Soweto arrives at a certain point. Right now we are in a state where our kids and our great-grandkids and our great-great-great-grandchildren are going to be born in debt because the virus, the COVID-19 virus that has all these regulations, is putting us into bigger debt with world banks and international institutions, global institutions and foreign countries. So as communities, we need to pull back and not allow politics to do what it's doing to us, especially to our kids. We're going to pull back as a unit, and we're going to operate as a unit. And if you have a problem, now you want to remain in politics, get out of Soweto, or come, let's arulwaneng refetseng adi tsweng di-AK tse bana nang re na tsona, adi tsweng dithunya re bolayaneng. And if there's a problem, and look, the nearest police station is around the corner. I know very well how those people operate. They will come and we will look. If this is an act of treason that I'm doing, that we are doing as Soweto, it's a jail sentence I'll be happy to serve. And if it's worth being killed for, it's a death I'm willing to die. It's a death I'm willing to accept with open arms, and I will rest in peace wherever I am. But I'm not going to live on my knees and accept body what do you call those things? The vaccine. The vaccine. What's their true intention? Because we live in a world of liars, evil. We live in an evil world. Now, we're going to move as one. Soweto has a collective vote moving forward. We're going to be the case study to the rest of the world on how to deal with politics. We're going to move as one. Whichever political party that rises and says that Soweto will prioritize it, the Bill of Needs will make sure, legally signed by their leaders, to say that, listen, the first thing we are doing is we are building the tennis court, building the roads, we are building this thing, and not them. Our people in Soweto will build those roads. We've got associations, we've got groups, we've got conscious groups, we've got business groups in Soweto that are waiting. Soweto will be built by Sowetans. The finance will come from government, the government that we are putting in power. Mupinville, we've got top 7. The guys are ready. They just want opportunity to build their own communities. Mirrorlands, Jablan, we've got great business leaders across Soweto. We don't need people to come here out of nowhere and the highways are even from a business point of view. Sowetans, Pakistan, this year, not next year, not Ning, this is not government, this is the people now. This year, but also because they've been here for far too long. Without papers, Al Pakistan le kantsha thunya ngwana ona re police station re tshwarisa o ngala o bulela mang case. Pakistan doesn't work that way. So under the leadership of politics, they've left these people to rape us in the township for far too long. Now, politely, they're going to leave, and the economy will go back into the hands of Sowetans. And it's not just the Pakistanis. Across board, the billboards, these companies who do nothing for Soweto, those billboards, we will take them, or otherwise we'll take them down. We take them and we form partnerships with communities on how we move forward with these billboards so that the billions of rents generated stay in Soweto, at least 50%. But at this point, we're thinking 100%. Sowetans, I'm willing to die for this thing. And the story continues and the history will repeat itself. I'll probably be killed by our own people who think through the stomach, not through the mind. Because but I say, but say already, comrade, di barfa di tendanya na di 200,000, it's always a stationary or it's out clean at the police station, or it's whatever the hell these tenders do. Because I'm not a tender person, so I'm not too privy to the details of tenderpreneurships. So those people are the first to come up and say, ANC yethu, EFF yethu, lo mfana uyahlanya. Hlanya wena nako seyifihlile re tlolwa na re lwantshane, because I know Soweto is not the place of the brave like it used to be. So all you cowards, and I know you, I live amongst you. I've got friends that are cowards that I see on a daily basis. Some of them are watching this video. Cowards, I know them from Soweto. They'll be the first to sell out. First to sell out, but we're not in an atmosphere where we are governed by fear or sellouts. We deal with sellouts, and if dealing with sellouts means we must go to prison or we must be killed, it's fine, it's okay. But Soweto, it starts today, the first of your colonizers' calendar, the first day of that calendar. It starts today, and we are going to a point where we're going to get rid of this very calendar and start going back to our ancient African calendar that prioritizes nature and the sun of the new Soweto. To government, this is how things would be done moving forward. And to Sowetans, those who want to resist, whether it's internally or externally from government or anywhere else, you are welcome. Let the bloodshed happen, because we are not scared. We are not scared. If anything, we're saying let's proceed with the new world order of Soweto, as we are saying it, without dropping blood. Otherwise, let's drop blood. Let's kill each other. I'm prepared. There's nothing to lose. I look around, my neighbors have nothing to eat. I look around, the kids, they go to hostel, they live in pathetic environments. I look around, the education system is still teaching people what they don't need and neglecting true teachings that human beings actually need. I look around, the systems are still enslaving our people further and further. The African leaders think through their stomach instead of their hearts, their spirits, and their minds. It's disgusting, but not in Soweto. So Soweto is a community. We are retracting, we are unifying so that we can manage the rest of the world, whether it's in business or it's in politics. Soweto works as a unit. Again, if we must die for it, we are ready. We are ready to challenge both internal forces and external forces. We unite. This is the time. We are not short of leadership in our African communities. We are not by a long shot. We are not. Communities must lead themselves. It's the only way. Form structures that unify people, lead yourselves, and negotiate with these systems called politics and whatever else on how they should deal in your communities, how they should operate, how they should move, when they should sleep. Not you must be told when you must sleep. You know, in South Africa, the Minister of Police got on to national TV and told people what time they must sleep on New Year's Day. I'm sure you guys have lost your minds. To accept such nonsense leadership, you've lost your minds. You know, I know this video is a bit longer than my normal videos, but I thought it's important to allow the Spirit to speak so that we take all this thing out. Or everything that the Spirit wants to speak, it must just speak. I mean, we're allowing, this is a time where we're allowing the resurrection of great African leaders, their spirits to come alive again through young people like myself. I mean, Fela Kuti in Nigeria, we know what that spirit, the weight of that spirit is. Samora Machel, Mozambique, Haile Selassie in Ethiopia, Thomas Sankara, Burkina Faso, the young Robert Mugabe in Zimbabwe, Muammar Gaddafi, when Gaddafi go Libya. Their spirit is hovering around Africa. It just needs young people to rise so that the spirit can speak through you. There's no one's intelligent. I'm not intelligent. There's no difference. I don't have, but Mamela, there's no difference between me and the next young person here in Soweto. This is who we are. This is, I'm a clear representation of Sowetans. I'm not special. I'm a Sowetan. I'm not special at all. So I'm going to end this here and say the next action is action of unity across Soweto, or bloodshed. It's up to the government, it's up to the people of Soweto. But we are ready for both routes. We can go the unity route and do as we're saying, we are one. We'll submit that Bill of Needs as Sowetans, which includes the African calendar, by the way. Outside Soweto, you can be as vocal as you want. Just remember that in Soweto, things are done different. In Soweto, we are one. There's no measure. There's no gap in between the next person, this person, and this person. In between we can have difference in views, but in action, one. This is the new Soweto moving forward. Gandalak's Soweto Parliament, the Bill of Needs are coming. Shifting consciousness has arrived.